Hello, I'm Pam Hall, and this is Earth News. Today, I'm getting real about the Green New Deal. So much information, so this will have to be continued. But first, we have to acknowledge climate change and global warming is real. No matter what gaslighting special interests may say to the contrary, how do we know that global warming is real? And why would anyone debate that? We have been experiencing global warming for quite some time now, ever since the industrial era and the human population explosion began. The reasons to deny the existence of global warming is clear: because of profit and greed. I will have some citations at the end of this broadcast. So now I'm going to break this down so easy that a child can understand this. I'm reading this. These are my own notes, but there's so much here. Okay, a child can understand this using the brain God and or evolution gave us. I'm going to be talking about fives, as in our five senses, with common and extraordinary senses a given. Later, I'll be talking about the 5 demands of the Green New Deal. Each of these will be limited in the detail due to the time constraint, but that doesn't mean the evidence hasn't been amassed. So first, we have 5 senses. We have touch, we have vision, we have hearing, we have smell, and we have taste. All of our senses tell us that climate change and global warming is real. Now to explain what gaslighting and greed are. Gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation to get you to doubt your own senses. There is even a 1944 movie called Gaslight that details this. You gotta love those old movies, like 2010's Gerrymandering or 1936's Reefer Madness. Greed is a selfish desire for wealth and power that overtakes humanitarian principles. 150 species go extinct every day. This information that I'm about to tell you now was gathered at the Scientists Climate Summit in October of 2018. So when it talks about the years, we have to deduct that quote from where we are now in July 2019. And scientists at that time said we have 12 years to change what we are doing before going to the point of no return for our own survival. As far as the ridiculous backlash comments, such as "we're losing our hamburgers," to delve more into that subject would take another segment. Suffice to say, we farm inhumanely, especially with CAFO or concentrated animal feeding operations, at great peril to our planet. It takes substantial more land and money to feed the animals that feed us than to directly feed people plant-based products. By the way, there are fresh veggie burgers that are so delicious and juicy and healthy for you. You wouldn't miss the meat. Now back to the other 5 that I was referring to. The 5 demands of the Green New Deal is to halt all new fossil fuel extraction, infrastructure, subsidies, transition power generation to 100% renewable by 2035 or sooner. If this seems extreme, wait to see what happens if we don't do this. That's going to be extreme. Right now, the other choices are war, and that doesn't seem like a very sensible option. That would only create more global warming and thereby reducing the amount of time that we have left. Point 2, and those were my comments. Point 2, rapidly decarbonize agriculture and transportation sectors, expand access to public transportation. 3, ensure a fair and just transition led by impacted workers and communities, including low-income and communities of color, without relying on corporate schemes or market-based mechanisms. I could drop some names on that, but I'm going to pass. Number 4, uphold Indigenous rights, specifically Native Americans, or any other group or tribe that wants to live close to nature and be respectful of nature, but corporations and even churches will go in and take away the people's rights to their own land. That's in the history books. If you doubt it, look it up before it's not available anymore. Number 5, include a national jobs guarantee, creating jobs with collective bargaining and family-sustaining wages. Okay, now I'm going to another point in conclusion. The Green New Deal is about how we can save our planet in the most humanitarian way possible. It is about being sustainable in both an ecological way and an economical way. I was underlining eco for both of those words. That's my own little fun thing I did. It is about avoiding war as a means to control the human population. It is about human rights and provision for long marginalized people groups. And now, we need to address climate change, global warming urgently and on the scale of the problem. I support Cortez Green New Deal because it makes sense. Remember the senses that I just spoke about. Common sense. And there doesn't need to be any losers in her equation. It is about teamwork. There is no narcissistic I in the word team. I thank you for your time. There will be more on the Green New Deal, as well as many other components of this complicated situation that we find ourselves on planet Earth. And the decisions that we make today, individually and collectively, will determine our fate. Thank you.
Can't grow without that precious link. Water is the key to life, it always needs to be. Above all else, our most protected legacy. We are one, we are water. Water is life. We are one. We are water. Water is life. Check the water. Save our Great Lakes. Check the water. save our city of Flint.